Board will come to order. The roll call, please.
Member Alexander.
Present.
Present.
Thank you.
I thought I always was last.
And the alternate, then? Or do we don't mention the alternate?
He just did. He just did B. I think he's moving on.
Alternate Webster. Alternate Zlatis.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, the next matter on the agenda is approval of the minutes.
So move.
The second.
Second.
I'll second.
Let's have a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone in opposition? No. Okay. There are no presentations or water reports today. No one here for public forum. We have no old business, and our new business is ordinance number 10-2024, vacating easements and abandoning portions of the Florida Avenue and Clara Street rights-of-way within the Davis Park plat, as recorded in the map book 27, page 68 of the public records of Volusia County, Florida. Good evening.
Good evening, Planning and Zoning Board. Jessica Entwistle for the record. Tonight we're going over ordinance number 10-2024, the vacation of easements and abandonment of right-of-ways. This request, the applicant is requesting to vacate the easements and abandoned portions of the right-of-way at Florida Avenue and Clara Street within the Davis plat. This plat was recorded in 1925. The application is consistent with the Land Development Code, Section 58-37, and by vacating the easements and abandoning the right-of-ways, it'll allow the owner to better utilize the land within the BPUD. This is within the Deltona Village BPUD. Within your packet, you were given the no objection letters from all the utility providers in the area. And this is the current survey for the right-of-ways in the area. It also has the arrows that are pointing at the areas to be vacated. And these are your matters of consideration. It is consistent with the comprehensive plan. There are no impacts on the environment or natural resources. The impact on the economy is that it's going to be part of the activity center, which is an important employment asset. There are no mistakes in the original classification, and there are no effects on the public health, welfare, safety, or morals. This is the 1925 Davis Park plat. Within this plat, I did mark in the yellow what we're going to be vacating, the easements and the right-of-way. And then based on the decision-making criteria for the submittal, staff finds no valid reason to object to the request for the vacation of easements and abandonment of portions of the publicly dedicated right-of-way. Staff further supports that the Planning and Zoning Board look favorably upon the request and consider recommending the City Commission approve ordinance number 10-2024, vacating easements and abandoning portions of the right-of-way known as Florida Avenue and Clara Street associated with the Davis Park plat recorded in 1925. Are there any questions for me?
You may.
Madam Chair, if I may?
You may.
Thank you. Jessica, what rights to it in the future, and there's a road or a building on that property?
We would look into that when they plat this whole land. The Deltona Village will eventually come back to be platted, so that's something that we can look into when it's fully platted.
All right, and then one more question, this might be better for the applicant, is do you know what the intended use is of that land?
I know staff does not have any intended use as of right now. It hasn't come in for any pre-apps, but I can leave that for the applicant if she knows.
Okay, great, thank you very much. Thank you.
I have a question. No. I have a question. No. Was this, if I just understand this right, Davis Park or whatever that was like decades ago, and it was going to be a residential community, right?
Yes.
And that's where, and now of course that whole area has changed anyway. So that was when that was platted, it was meant to be just a small section there so now what we're doing is expanding a little bit, so maybe you could put something on it, right? I mean, it's kind of useless otherwise, so it just kind of makes sense to make it a little bigger, yeah, because it's nothing, obviously homes aren't going to go there, but, okay, I just want to make sure that Davis Park thing was as old as I thought it was, as it appears in references. Thank you.
Anyone else have a question from the staff?
Yes, I do. Jessica, you mean there's no possibility of needing that area for utility easement in the future?
That area would be used by Volusia County, and they have no use as of right now. They gave the no objection letter with it. That's within your packet.
And so, I mean, I've seen that AT&T and Spectrum and all came back and says it's okay.
Yeah, Volusia County did as well.
Yeah, so I guess they just telling you they don't plan to put anything there in the future.
Correct.
Does the city require, do you foresee the city needing any access to that property?
As of right now, no. Like I said, we would come back during the plat if we needed any access, but we're not sure what's going to go there. So that'd be something that we'd look at when that comes up.
So please help me with my ignorance, but you said would they come back to what?
So if they come back and plat the land, or if they decide they want to put something on it, they would come back for a final site plan with the planning department, and that's when we would look at that.
So we don't have that right now. You're trying to just get rid of the easement and the right of way?
Yes, sir. That's all we're trying to do right now.
All right.
It's kind of too small to put anything on.
Dr. Pfeiffer, did you have any questions?
Was it planned to be a buffer or anything like that?
No, sir, it was just an easement. So it was originally planned to be part of a road in the 1925 Davis Park plat.
Anything else? Thank you. You may proceed.
I haven't seen how it's zoned as, whether it be agriculture, residential, commercial. You said it's a park. What is its classification?
It's a BP, it's part of the BPUD. Yeah, it's part of the Deltona Village BPUD right now. So it's business plan unit development. So it's used for commercial uses. Yeah, it's activity center, so it's supposed to be used for employment type of uses.
Okay, I understand. There is a page after the plot that you had that was vacated that I'm trying to understand. It's also called Davis Park, and it's got several parcels in it, and I'm trying to locate it within this.
Is it this one?
No, the one after that.
The little yellow, the highlight.
That one there,
Yes.
yeah, okay, so I don't have the highlight here. That's the property that's in discussion tonight, correct? That's
So
highlighted?
just the very bottom corner
The
where I
highlighted.
really highlighted is the only part that we're really talking about tonight. Everything else has been already done.
Those are
Yes.
vacated already?
Yes.
They have been. Oh, this is the last standing parcel,
Yeah, so
huh?
this is where the movie theater is and everything like that. That's this area.
Oh, okay.
Right next to the movie theater.
So it's on that side of the road, I take it, because I'm trying to see where this
Yes.
relationship to the theater. It's on the same, it's in that, okay. Okay, very well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
Okay.
Would the applicant like to come up?
Yes, briefly, if that's okay. Good evening, Attorney Giselle Calderon-Cruz from Booker and Associates on behalf of the petitioner.
I think that mic's on, Giselle.
Yeah?
Are you?
Or maybe I was just
There.
close enough? Okay, so I'll reintroduce myself just in case you didn't hear. Attorney Giselle Calderon-Cruz on behalf of Booker and Associates representing the applicant. And I agree with everything that staff presented to the board this evening, and I would recommend approving the recommending approval of the proposed ordinance to the commission. I'll try to keep it brief because as discussed, this application to vacate the right-of-way that is known as Clara Street and Florida Avenue. The right-of-ways, they are too small, and they're approximately 30 feet in size, and it's unsuitable for under modern standards for right-of-ways, which currently under county standards would be 70 to 100 feet, and that kind of goes back into the issue of it being an antiquated plat where it's not buildable. And like Vice Chair Alexander, I believe, stated, the Davis plat was intended for one purpose, but now this property, this parcel, along with the rest of the activity center, is zoned for commercial use. So it already has the entitlements under the Deltona Village BPUD development agreement. And I wanted to point out that there's still access to the right-of-way through John Wayne Court, which isn't reflected on the Davis Park, but if you look at the map and how it's laid out, the John Wayne Court will take you to the right-of-way area. But currently, the roads are not open. They only exist on paper. And as staff stated, this area, it's constrained by this plat. It can't be developed because it's too small. And currently, these right-of-ways do not serve a legitimate public purpose. It would be in the best interest of the public as well as the adjoining landowners to vacate this right-of-way reflected on the plat, as they're not capable of being used by the city because, as stated, they do not meet modern standards for a right-of-way. So I'm happy to answer any questions if you guys have any more. Otherwise, thank you for your time.
Any questions from a member? Go ahead.
Yes, I have a question. I think, I'm paraphrasing what you said, but I think you said something about that even if we vacate the easement here, we would still have access to the property.
The area of the right-of-way would still be accessed through John Wayne Court.
Why we want access to it if we want to vacate it now? I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, I was circling back. I can't remember who mentioned it earlier about concern about access in the future, but if this parcel were developed, there is a road to access that area, and that would come up again as staff stated during the site plan.
So are you free to tell us what is the purpose of why trying to vacate this? What are you trying to put there, or?
Unfortunately, I'm not privy to that information, but since it is in the Deltona Village BPUD, there are express entitlements, so it would have to be some type of commercial.
I understand your explanation, but to me, I'm sitting over here, I would always like to know who benefits from whatever we do, and when developers come in front of us, there's got to be an underlying reason, which to me has a dollar sign attached to it, and that's why I'm asking the question.
Well, one of the parcel owners is Deltona Retail Holdings. The other is the Luck Family Trust. And Deltona Retail Holdings is a local developer who has brought in a big commercial base in that area. And so to get to your question about who it's benefiting, ultimately the city, because the city requires commercial tax base, and as so much of it is residential.
Yeah, I understand that, and I thank you very much for the comment, but I just wanted to know what's going to go in there.
Expressly, I don't know. There's no contracts or anything underway. We're just trying to start the development process.
That's a better answer. You don't know. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions?
Dr. Pfeiffer, do you have a question?
I don't even know if I should ask this, but should the city get something from this, for vacating our easement?
They ultimately will.
The development, the commercial development of the plot, the land, should add to it. But it's just an easement, so they don't own it. It just allows the usage of it.
For public utilities, for
No, I know.
sidewalks and all of that. So that's all it is. But eventually, the commercial taxes.
This would more than likely become a part, if you got the aerial, the big aerial, this would more than likely become a part of either that other parcel or the bigger parcel beside it. I doubt that anybody's going to put some little building there, but I mean, I could be wrong, but.
As long as it's not a fast food joint.
They don't have a way to get there.
We need to.
The land development code.
No, that'll go on Howland.
Dr. Pfeiffer, the land development code, it doesn't, the only thing as to monetary compensation states the application fee that is set by the city that was paid by the applicant. But otherwise, I think somebody murmured it up there is that, if it were developed, impact fees would be paid once that comes before staff and development is underway, as well as the taxes that would be collected as well.
But thank you.
Okay, no further questions?
No, does not
Okay.
seem that way.
Thank you.
We have a public forum, No?
Okay. Can we make a motion?
You're free to.
Can we?
Anyone want to make a motion?
I make a motion that we approve project number AROW 24-0001, ordinance number, am I on the right line? Yes, 10-2024, vacating the easements and abandoning portions of rights-of-way known as Florida Avenue and Clara associated with the Davis Park plat.
Second.
Any discussion needed? For the parties, anyone like to discuss it? All right,
Should
we
be-
vote on it. And since this is not a quasi-judicial, we could just do a yay or nay, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so let's vote on it. All in favor, say yay.
Oh, she has to go through it.
It's an ordinance, so we have to call a name, or we have to do a roll call.
All right.
Can't hear.
Member Alexander?
Yes?
Member Gonzalez?
Yes.
Member Pfeiffer?
Yay.
Member Rodriguez?
Yes.
Alternate D'Erico?
Yes.
Alternate Zlatis?
Yay.
Chair Berg?
Yes,
Thank you.
so that confirms our recommendation to the commission to approve the ordinance change 7-0. Do I have a motion to adjourn since this is, well, no, let's go on a little quick. Let me go back to our agenda. We have other items on the agenda. And that would be, of course, staff comments.
I just wanted to let you guys know, we're getting closer to getting our next workshop date. It's looking like it might be August 26th for our next comp plan workshop. Once we have that finalized, I'll let you guys know. That's a Monday night,
Okay,
and that's all I have.
August what?
26.
August 26th. It'd be from 5:30 to 7:30 if that's the final date, but I'll let everyone know once it's finalized.
Anything else? No?
Jinx it here, don't
Any board comments? I just have one. Thank the staff for coming out on Saturday and being part of the process. Obviously, we need everyone involved, including ourselves, and I thought it was a good start. So I just wanted to say kudos to everyone who participated, including the board. Thank you. Now, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
No.
Meeting adjourned.
How do we don't get to keep these now, so what are the rules?